In the quiet suburbs of Fairfield, Ohio, a mystery began to unfold in August 2011 that would haunt the community and baffle investigators for nearly 12 years. At the heart of this tragic story was Katelyn Markham, a 22-year-old art student from the Art Institute of Cincinnati. Katelyn was last seen on August 13, 2011 at her home in Fairfield. She was on the cusp of a new chapter in her life, having just graduated from college and planning a move to Colorado with her fiancé John Carter. But those plans were abruptly halted when Katelyn vanished without a trace. The last known person to see Katelyn alive was John, who reported her missing after she failed to show up for work at David's Bridal near the Tri-County Mall. In a frantic 911 call, he expressed his concern.
My fiancée is missing. I can't find her anywhere. She was at her house. She was going to bed. She wasn't going out to do anything.
Notably, all of Katelyn's personal belongings, except for her cell phone with its GPS data turned off, were missing from her apartment. John was active in the search for Katelyn, appearing on local news stations and pleading for her return.
I keep believing that if she is somewhere in the worst case scenario, that she fights her way out. I keep wanting to believe that because she's strong. I know she's strong. So she's got to manage to make her way out.
However, in April 2013, the search came to a tragic end when Katelyn's remains were discovered at a dump site in Cedar Grove, Indiana, about 30 miles from her home. The cause of death could not be determined, but it was ruled a homicide. For over a decade, the case remained cold until a significant development occurred. In February 2023, Jonathan Palmerton, a close friend of Carter's, was indicted on a felony perjury charge for allegedly giving a false statement to investigators in April 2022. That led to the arrest of John Carter on March 22nd, who was charged with 2 counts of felony murder. On May 2nd, the charges against Palmerton were dropped. Katelyn's father, Dave Markham, expressed no surprise at the arrest, noting that statistically, the partner often emerges as a suspect in these types of cases.
It's not a surprise. I mean, I did suspect him all along. I think a lot of people, if not the vast majority of people, suspected him. Statistically, in a situation like this, it's the spouse or the boyfriend or, 95% of cases like this, it's their spouse or boyfriend or fiancé.
John Carter was arraigned on March 27, 2023, with his defense attorney Christopher Pagan entering a not guilty plea. He stated that the case against John was primarily circumstantial and hinges on computer data, cell phone records, and witness statements. Prosecutors presented a list of extensive evidence to the court, which included bank statements, phone records, and some photographs.
I offer to the court several documents that were received shortly before this matter went to the grand jury for consideration, which resulted in a probable cause determination of an indictment for murder. Murder with respect to 2 counts, not 2 individuals. Purposeful murder and felony murder, as those are described in the murder section. Those documents were found in a folder identified as being and belonging to Mr. Carter, the defendant. Deep down, I love her. You want to kill her. But I love her. She must die. I can't kill her. Yes, you can. No. Yes. How do you talk me into all these things? I'm just that good. But you're bad. I know. How do I kill you? You can't. You're right. About what? Nothing. Item number 2, Your Honor. Above the door of the defendant's residence. I slit your wrist with the key to your heart. The forensic anthropology report. On page 4 of that report, there was a set of 3 or 4 sharp force wounds to the left wrist of the distal end of the right radius. I slit your wrist with the key to your heart, showing once again the dichotomy, the struggle, the demon within, it would be asserted, between the defendant and himself. One voice saying, "Why should I kill you?" and the other saying, "You must." Words to that effect. Paraphrasing, of course, what I just read to the court.
Adding to the complexity of this case was the mention of Michael Strauss. Strauss was convicted in 2019 for the murder of Ellen Wake. Jonathan Palmerton had connections to Strauss, and investigators found a photo showing the pair together at a festival. Strauss had also allegedly confessed to a fellow inmate that he killed a second woman and left her body by a creek. Investigators have not said whether they have connected Strauss to Katelyn's case in any way, but Fairfield Police and Westchester Police have had meetings to discuss it. John Carter was released on a $1 million bond in April 2023. He is being tracked by a GPS monitor and is unable to leave the Butler County area until the conclusion of his trial, which is scheduled for June 2024.